Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well out there. This time we're going to be taking a look at changing the time of day on circuits that featured in the original Gran Turismo. Changing the time of day on a racetrack is a fairly new innovation in the Gran Turismo series, which fans first got to see on Gran Turismo 5 for the PS3. Back on the original Gran Turismo, the only way to accomplish the same feat was by employing a glitch, first discovered by Sal89 on GT Planet. I should state that the glitch does require a cheat code to be active as well to work. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'll pick any car from my garage and then I'm going to head to Spot Race and select a track. It doesn't have to be a spot race, by the way, it can be any. Now I'm going to select Deep Forest because I want to replicate Deep Forest's sunset time of day on other tracks. So if you want to drive a track at night time, you'd pick a race where you'd usually be on one of the special stage tracks. On the pre-race screen, instead of continuing with the usual process of qualifying, and then the race itself, we're going to activate a cheat code that modifies which track the game loads for a race. So usually you could use this code to do something like an endurance race on test course, or play the arcade mode versions of tracks on GT mode, or even access hidden tracks such as End. You can find the track modifier cheat codes in the description, and I recommend using an emulator such as ePSXE with PSX Emulation Cheater to try these out. Anyway, so I'm going to pick a track that I want to be at sunset. In this case, I'll choose Trial Mountain. Now we need to pick Test Run. If you were to qualify or race, the tracks would just swap as normal. But for some reason, selecting Free Run means that the game takes the time of day from the track you originally chose, and then gives it to the track you selected with the track modifier code. In this case, the result is that the sunset of Deep Forest has now been applied to Trial Mountain. Enjoy some gameplay of the track. Okay, so let's try the same thing with a few other courses. Here is Special Stage Route 5 at daytime. Now admittedly, when you take a circuit that's usually set at night, and you force it to be at daytime, there are some graphical glitches with the sky and the scenery. I think I even spotted an Aston Martin logo on this one. But still, we're witnessing Special Stage Route 5 set at daytime. Only seen on Gran Turismo 2 Test Drive Disc, and also as a glitch on Gran Turismo 5, which I covered in my first Easter eggs compilation video. In addition, here's Special Stage Route 11-2 set at sunset, using the same method as we did with Trial Mountain earlier in the video. You get the same glitches with the sky, but hey, it's still pretty cool to see the Special Stage Route 11 at a time other than night. Also, as a bonus, I realised that I hadn't driven this track backwards in a long time, so I completely forgot how to drive it. So I won't show the whole lap. Next up are two of my favourites. First is Autumn Ring at night. I generally prefer driving tracks at daytime, but there's something about driving around Autumn Ring at night that just makes it look really cool. I think it's because the sky isn't quite dark, it's more dusk. As you can see, the sky isn't dark all over, it's pink near the horizon. Of course, you can also do the same thing with Autumn Ring Mini as well. Actually, I think this nighttime sky looks really nice on every track. So if you go ahead and try this out, let me know which combinations you really like. Here's the dark sky on Deep Forest as well, looking pretty nice too. Although you do get parts of the track which still have the sunlight shining on them, a bit of a leftover from the normal Deep Forest, which is set at sunset of course. Another cool thing to try with Deep Forest would be to give it the daytime sky from High Speed Ring, and you've essentially created the version of Deep Forest from Gran Turismo 3 onwards, where it was actually set at daytime rather than sunset. Speaking of sunset, another cool thing I thought of doing was to try to replicate the original High Speed Ring seen only on the Gran Turismo Test Drive demo disc, as well as on a couple of license tests on the B license. So here we have High Speed Ring at sunset. Again, I'm using the Deep Forest sky for this one. Lastly, I thought I'd have a play about with the cut track end. It's usually set at sunset like Deep Forest, only the sunset effect really changes the appearance of your car. The theory is that this track was from some kind of cut ending sequence, hence the name. Anyway, so here's the track at daytime. The car looks a lot more normal now. It's basically just a circular track with some undulation, going anti-clockwise. There's very little scenery, nothing in the centre of the course, just a massive hole which you can't drop down into, by the way. Here's end at night time as well. Funnily enough, it does inherit the cityscape from the special stage tracks, which you can see in the centre of the course. Weirdly, it almost looks like the track is higher than the city scenery, which is down below in the hole. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of a few different examples of what you can do with this method of getting the game to load up tracks at different times of day. Have fun with it yourselves, and see you next time.